Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is 4:10 a.m. and I just woke up and it is freezing outside. It is 36 degrees. We were supposed to go to this Hannah's Haunted Acres thing tonight, but we didn't end up going. I'll tell you about that in just a second. But anyway, I was looking, I was Googling before I left the next full moon, because the moon is like so bright tonight and full, but I guess it's on the 13th, which will be Sunday night. And it's a hunter's moon, it said. And I am listening to my new book. I finally finished my friend Anna last night. I ended up giving it 4 stars, you guys. I don't know. I kind of felt bad for the girl at the end. And then I was like, you know, the book was interesting. It wasn't bad. I will say, like, the last half was definitely more interesting to me than the first half. And I found myself, like, watching every video about every interview that occurred about this whole situation. So, I don't know. I guess I was a little bit more interested in it than I thought. I mean, that girl was such a con. She was so smart at what she was doing. I didn't even at one point really understand what she did to get the money. She, like, went to one bank. She had, like, invented all of these, like, fake personalities. These, not for herself, but, well, I mean, for herself too, but these fake people that were, like, financial advisors. And then she basically had faked this entire portfolio that made it look like she had $60 million. And then she came to this one bank asking to borrow $22 million. Asking to borrow $22 million to start this foundation. And then they said if she could get $100,000 up front to cost them, like, the processing fees and whatever, that they would probably give her the loan. And so she went to another bank, and which is like a prominent financial bank. I mean, financial bank, but, you know, like a bank that, like, people that use, like, financial loans and, like, big loans like this use. And so she went to them for $100,000, and they loaned her the $100,000, which she put down towards the loan. And then they didn't end up giving her the loan. So she got back, like, $45,000, which is what she lived off of for a while. So these banks hadn't, like, crossed wires yet and figured out what was going on. And then because she, like, had all these huge investments, appeared investments on paper, like, all these hotels would, like, just basically give her free credit for 30 days. And she's continued to do this over and over and over again to these hotels. So she would stay in this hotel for high-end hotels, okay, for 30 days. And then this one for 30 days. And then when they would finally kick her out, she'd move to the next one. There was, like, no communication between any of these hotels. And then she took this girl that wrote the book for, I think it was, like, $62,000 or $67,000. It was just unbelievable to me. And even the judge, like, I watched this interview, well, I watched this footage, and then it had, like, an interview, or maybe that one wasn't the interview, but at the end of it, I watched this footage, of her, like, getting her sentence, of which her apology, she looked at the judge and she said, I apologize for my mistakes. That was all she said. And then, the judge said it was really sad. She was like, you know, you're such a smart girl that you really could have used this for, you know, strengths, and you probably could have done what you probably could have got this money and started this foundation and been an asset to New York City on your own. Like, you didn't need to con people and fake all this kind of stuff. And it made you kind of wonder, like, if she really did, because, you know, she would have gone to them and said, I don't really have this money, but this is what I want to do. I don't know. They probably wouldn't have loaned her the money, but it was, like, the whole thing was so interesting to me. And then it kind of made me wonder, like, if, you know, I've ever come across, like, cons like that in my life, of people that, you know, didn't really, like, weren't, do you know what I mean? Like, people that say that they, like, apparently look like they're worth a certain amount of money, but, like, on paper versus, like, in reality. You know, I don't know. So I gave it 4 stars. It was more interesting than I thought it, like, was at the beginning, and I really liked it. And then I started Welcome to Adamsville by Francesca Zappia, which I've been waiting to start, and I actually put it on my Spookathon TBR. Spookathon doesn't start until Sunday. I put my Spookathon TBR up today, and I was real excited about that. I'm really excited about starting Spookathon on Sunday. And Books and Lala Kayla, she commented on my video. She was like, thank you for always being so supportive of Spookathon. Anyway, I'm real excited about that. But I was like, I'm going to start this book anyway, even though it's not till Sunday, because I always do horrible at readathons anyway. So it's not like I'm going to, you know, finish all of the... That guy was like walking down Major Street in the middle of the night, weaving. But anyway, so I thought I'm just going to start it down. But it's about this girl that lives in Adamsville, Indiana, and she is a kind of like a ghost hunter. It's interesting. It's very good. But it's very fun, too. It's like a young adult novel. And Francesca Zappia is from Indianapolis, and I'm loving it so far. So I'm currently 46 minutes into it. I started it last night, like right before I went to bed. And then I got up today, and I went and got my coffee. And then I reviewed the, it's cold now, but it's still delicious, the Oreo hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts. It's right here. It's pretty full. Maybe it's not so good late at night. Anyway. And then, what did I do after that? I had to go pick up PP's medicine again. His pickup... Like, he'll run out of medicine, and then 3 days later run out of another medicine. It's like, we're just not organized enough to, like, know to call him in all at the same time. So I went and picked up his medicine, and then, what else did I do? Ran a couple other errands, talked to Melissa on the phone, because we were supposed to do this haunted thing tonight, but it started pouring down rain at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was like, are you guys still planning on doing this thing tonight? And I was like, have you talked to Alex and whatever? And she was like, yeah, we're supposed to go tonight with our friends, Aaron and Eric. Like, we were all supposed to, Aaron and Eric are good friends of ours too, and we were all supposed to go. I actually hooked up Aaron and Eric, and many, many moons ago, and now they're married. But anyway, I used to work with Eric, and when I worked in treatment, and then she was at a conference, and he was, like, speaking at the conference, and so she saw that, like, she looked him up and saw that we were, like, both friends, and so she, like, I'll never forget the day, she texted me, and she's like, how do you know Eric? And I was like, oh, I used to work with him, he's a really nice guy, and so anyway... And then, so, she was like, well, do you know him well enough to ask, like, if he's single or whatever? And so, like, I messaged him, and I was like, hey, a friend of mine was at the and he, like, knew exactly who she was. He was like, oh, did she have one at such and such thing? So I'm, like, texting her. I'm like, did you have one such and such? And she's like, yeah, why? And I was like, he knows exactly who you were. And she got real excited. And so then I said, just friend him on Facebook or whatever and send him a message. And so she did. And then, like, he didn't respond to her because he was nervous. So then I had to, like, message him and be like, dude, you have to, like, respond to her. Like, she's waiting for you. And then she was kind of like, she would message him, and then it would take him like a day to respond because he was so nervous. And she almost was just kind of like done with it. She's like, she was like, we were talking one time, she's like, he doesn't even respond to me, he has no game, I'm so over it. And now they're married, and they're like so happy, and they're just like the coolest couple. So anyway, but they were supposed to go tonight, and Aaron didn't feel good. Aaron is the one that was in my vlog that I did the Fox Hollow Farms, which tonight at dinner we were talking about, because Jason was asking me, he was like, what's your most viewed vlog that you've ever had? And I said, well, I think it's the intro to my channel. I said, but Fox Hollow Farms, the original Fox Hollow Farms vlog when I went out there with Melissa and Aaron, I said that vlog has gotten a lot of views too. So it might be second or third, but... And he was like, the vlog with Melissa in it has like, it's like the second or third most viewed vlog. And I said, yeah, I think the one that has the most is like the intro, because it's like the first one when you go to my vlog. So I actually looked it up when we were at dinner tonight. Okay, the Fox Hollow Farms vlog is the most viewed vlog on my channel. It has 30,000 views. I could not believe it. And then the next one is the intro. And then the third one is, shopping with my best friend or hanging out with my best friend. That's with Tanya Jean. And then the 4th most viewed one is late night shopping with my best friend. And that's the other one with Tanya Jean. So, I guess we need to do another video. I'll have to ask Tanya if she'll do another late night shopping video at the Meijer. She might be willing to do that. So yeah, so that was that. And, today I ran those errands, and then it started pouring down rain, and I was like, okay, so this thing that we're supposed to go to tonight was, they had like a haunted house, but then they also had like a haunted hayride and like a corn maze, and Melissa was like, it's really fun. It's like they chase you with, with, what do you call it? Chainsaws and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, thrill. I don't really love that kind of stuff. I like jump scares. Like if I'm watching a movie, it's one thing. But if I'm like jump scares in real life, like when somebody's like, ah, like that, I don't like it. Like it makes, I literally come out of my skin. So I'm not great with that stuff. I think I brought one of my new chapsticks. I ordered, oh my God. Okay, so here it is. Coffee caffeinated lip balm. I got this from Treat Beauty. I did a review. Let me just tell you how fantastic it is, okay? So Frank sent me, if you guys watch my vlog, Frank sent me bottle of cologne and the Starbucks mug or cups like this, one for me, one for Alex, and then one for Tanya. He sent me some really nice stuff. And then he also sent me a couple of these Treat lip balms, which are fantastic. I actually think I like these better than the ones that these Chubby Chap, but it's a close tie. They have different flavors. So the Chubby Chap has like more natural, earthy flavors, and the Treat Beauty lip balms, they have like wedding cake and stuff like that. I just got 4 more in the mail, and I think they're more expensive too. Their website is absolutely beautiful. Well, Frank, and that was the one that Melissa had wanted me to review on my channel. So Frank sent me a bunch of the lip balms, so then I reviewed them for a video on my review channel, and I mentioned Frank in the video, and the owner of Treat Beauty reached out to me, and she gave me like a gift credit on my website of quite a bit of money to use on the website, okay, quite a bit of money. And she also gave Frank one too. And I was like, oh my God, this is so nice. She gave us each like a credit, like a really nice, I'm not talking about one lip balm, I'm talking a really nice credit. So I've actually had that for like a month and I hadn't used it. And Melissa wanted a marshmallow one, and I was waiting for her to give me which one she wanted. And so I ordered this one, and this is a coffee caffeinated lip balm, and it literally smells like a cup of coffee. It is so, so, so fantastic. So I'm gonna order a couple more of those, and then I think I'm gonna do another review of them. I might do it with Melissa because she loves them so much. So that was very, very cool. So anyway, then I came home today and I reviewed, no, I already did my review. I did my review of the hot chocolate while I was gone. I came home and I filmed videos on all my channels. I filmed like a 20-minute Peterisms video. Oh, that I forgot to post. I just looked and I was like looking it up. I was going through all my channels before I left because I was waiting because PP was wanting to eat, and so I put down the rest of his food, but Boo and Tucker were like, well, Tucker was running down, and he was like looking in the kitchen to see if PP had finished it yet, and so I just sit right there and wait while PP ate, so that Tucker wouldn't eat his food, and so I was going through my channels, and I was like, I never posted my Peterisms video. I was like, oh, damn it. So, I don't know why. I had it all completely ready to go, but at least I can post it on Saturday now. So I filmed a Peterisms video. It's long. I read 3 meditations on there, and then I filmed a video for my drama channel about James Charles, because we were going to go out to dinner, I talked to Melissa. Oh, this is what happened. So Erin didn't feel well today. So she was like, can we postpone the Hannah's Haunted Acres thing? So Melissa was like, yeah, sure. And she didn't want to do anything. But Melissa still wanted to do something, even though Erin and Eric were like kind of out. They didn't want to do anything. So, oh, look, there's a Dunkin' Donuts right there. I didn't even know that. And a Starbucks right over here. So Melissa was like, well, do you still want to do something? And I was like, yeah, what do you want to do? And she's like, well, there's this haunted house and that haunted house. And I was like, gal, I said, Alex will go with you to the haunted houses, but I don't like haunted houses. Like, I was just going to go for the hayride and the corn maze. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Like, you don't like haunted houses. And I said, I'll go. But I said, I just don't want to, like, drive there and then sit in line for a half an hour and just wait while you guys go through it. Like, that's not a lot of fun for me. And she was like, oh, no, I totally understand. She's like, well, we can go another night. She's like, or why don't we go out to dinner? And then if Alex and I want to go afterwards, we can. And I said, okay, that sounds great. Because Jason didn't really want to go to the haunted houses either. So we decided to meet at 8 o'clock. We went to Basbo's Pizza. It was pouring down rain. It was nasty and cold and rainy out tonight, but it was kind of a fun fall evening. And, like, I wear shorts way into, like, October, November. I have shorts on right now. And Melissa even was like, do you have shorts on? And I was like, yeah, like, because I just want to be comfortable, right? I was cold tonight. I'm usually not cold, but I was cold tonight. So we went to dinner. We went to Basbo's. I got a salad and a Popeye. A Popeye is, it's like this baguette of bread, and then they put, like, cream cheese on it, and then mushrooms and spinach and onions, red onions. It's delicious. And then you dip it in this, like, it's not like ranch. It looks like ranch, but it's this cucumber dressing. It's delicious. And then it comes with chips. But I was really craving pizza, you guys, and Basbo's Pizza is what it's called. And they have this pizza called the Quattro Formaggio, but it has bacon on it. And it has these big clumps of, like, ricotta cheese. And every time I used to go to Basbo's, I would get a Quattro Formaggio. And I have been, like, ever since Melissa and I were talking about it today, going to Basbo's, I have been craving a Quattro Formaggio. And I don't usually when we go there. So I ordered a 12-inch Quattro Formaggio with no bacon to go. I took it home for the fridge to eat over the weekend. And Alex got a large cheese pizza. He got like a 16-inch, so he brought home the majority of that. So now we have pizza to munch on for the whole weekend. And then afterwards, Melissa was like, we're going to get cookies, aren't we? Because we always go to Insomnia Cookies. Insomnia Cookies, if you guys don't have it, I don't know, but, like, I don't know if they're local or not, but they deliver. So, like, that's what makes them famous. And they also come hot in a pizza box. Jason and Alex were really tired at that point, and they didn't want cookies, but Melissa and I went and we got cookies. Here's my Insomnia cookie. I should do a review of Insomnia cookies. So I don't know what won this one. Oh, this is the peanut butter. This is what I have left. I got peanut butter and white chip macadamia. It's kind of like a mukbang. But it was fun. The place was packed. It's like this little store restaurant when you go in. And it was packed. I couldn't believe it. So Melissa and I got our cookies. And we stood there and ate and talked. And then Alex had mentioned going over to their house afterwards to watch scary movies. And Melissa was like, you guys can come over. She was like, I don't know if Jason can make it. Jason was like, I'm dead tired. I've got to go sleep. And when I got back from getting cookies, Alex was just as tired. And Alex and I talked about going to a movie, but we didn't want to really deal with the crowds tonight, so we might go see a movie on Sunday. Melissa and Jason just went and saw The Joker. Everyone in my life has told us that we have to see The Joker, that The Joker is incredible. Melissa was like, if Joaquin Phoenix does not win an Oscar for The Joker, She was like, I have no idea. She was like, it is such a fantastic movie. And I was like, well, it's not really about the whole Batman thing, is it, or whatever? And she was like, no, Batman doesn't really come out until the very end. They just could not say enough good about the Joker. My friend Valerie, she said the Joker was incredible too. So Alex and I really want to see the Joker. We might go on Sunday to see it. So we came home. I talked to Tanya on the phone. She asked me if I wanted to get a fountain pop, and I was like, I am really, really tired. I want to just like lay down for a little bit. So, by that point, Alex was upstairs. I thought he was going to watch TV or something, but he literally let the dogs out, came upstairs, and was already in bed by the time that I got upstairs after talking to Tanya. And he was like on his phone, and I was like, and it was like 9:45 or 10, and I was like, are you going to bed already? And he was like, yeah, I'm exhausted. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm exhausted. And I said, okay. So I stood there and talked to him for a little bit, and I'm now trying to take stuff from my closet. Oh, this is one of the things I did today too. I went through an entire section of my jeans, and I went through, I kept like 6 or 8 pairs of jeans, 6 pairs of jeans, I bet. And I got rid of, I'm not even lying to you guys, like 25, 30 pairs of jeans. And I have a whole nother section of jeans to go through. So I did that. And then I started taking clothes that I had in the corner that I've purchased over like the last 6 months. And I've started putting them into the closet. So like as I'm cleaning it up and going and getting rid of stuff, I'm putting like the new stuff back in the closet. I am feeling so good about cleaning out this closet. Like, I can't even begin to tell you. I'm crossing the bridge. This is where I grew up out here. I don't know if you can even see it. See? The lake. I'm here. I'm going over the lake right now. But, I'm feeling like so good about cleaning out this closet, and I just kind of like can't get enough of doing it. And like today I was looking for like shoe racks. Now, you know I don't believe in those shoe racks because I reviewed them for my review channel and I don't really love them. But I was like, there's got to be some shoe rack. I was looking on Amazon because I was like, I could go to the Container Store, but the Container Store is so expensive. I think I might go to the Container Store just to see what ideas they have. And then once I get everything cleaned out of my closet, then go back in and purchase some things off of Amazon, because on Amazon they have a lot of organizers that are rather inexpensive. And then like really organize my closet. But it's making me feel really like, it's very therapeutic and like cathartic for me to like get rid of all this stuff. And I don't know what it is right now, but like I have like, I hated that Marie Kondo book. What's it called? The Magical Art of Cleaning Up or whatever. Alex loved that book. I didn't really like it. But one of the things that she did say in there that I really liked was like holding up something that you have and asking yourself if you have an emotional attachment to it, and if you don't, like getting rid of it. And like I do find myself doing that, not on everything, but when it's something like this is gonna sound so corny, okay? But like, oh, it's gonna stop. Hold on. Like, this is gonna sound so corny, but when my ex and I broke up, and I had lost so much weight, I went from like what I am now to like 170 in the course of about 2 months, you guys. Like, I really, really lost weight quick. I was working out every single day, a hardcore, and I just lost a lot of weight really quick. And so I started like wearing different clothes, and I like went out and I was shopping a lot. And I remember, like, I wasn't wearing, like, I've always loved style and stuff like that. Now, you guys, bear with me, okay? Because this was at the time, okay? What was popular at the time. But, I remember I had this one friend of mine. She, I would say, had a little bit higher finances than I did to be buying things like this. But anyway, she was like, you have to get a pair of True Religions. And I was like, what? And at that time, I would wear, I would get diesel jeans that were like on clearance, or like 7s and stuff like that. Like, I liked nice jeans, but like, if I were gonna buy one pair of nice jeans, like $100 would be about what I would buy, maybe 120. I actually have so many pairs of Levi's today when I was going through my jeans, because I used to go to thrift stores all the time and I would buy jeans, so a lot of these jeans are like thrift store jeans. But anyway, I have like 6 pairs of Abercrombie jeans and like 3 pairs of cords and 2 khakis, and from Abercrombie from back in the day when I worked like in treatment every day. I was like, I have not worn these pants since literally before I was 30. Like, why am I still, well, maybe 33, 32. I'm like, why am I holding on to these? Like, they were the first ones to get that went. It's one pair of cords I love so much. I did have a hard time giving those up. But anyway, they're like these blue cords from Abercrombie. I used to wear them all the time. But I held up these True Religions. Now, I'm not somebody that, even if I was in shape today and I fit into these 30, I think they're 32s, 32 or 34 True Religions, that I would wear them probably right now. I just, like, that's just not my style. I'm definitely more of like a straight jean, a tighter jean that kind of just like goes to the bottom. Like, I don't love that big. Like, so many of my jeans that I have were like boot cut, because I used to wear boot cut jeans, but I don't wear them anymore. Can we just talk to you guys about, do you see this right here? Do you see how high that cornfield is? Look at that. What would you do if somebody came if somebody came running out of there right now? The corn is as high as an elephant's eye. I always scare myself. Better lock the door, especially as I'm pulling around in this church parking lot. Did you ever see that movie, Children of the Corn? Oh my God, I have to watch that movie. That is such a scary movie. But like, I picked up these True Religions, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just that it reminded me of that period of my life. You know, or of being thinner. I don't really think it was the being thinner part. I think it just was like, how do I get out of here? You know, I was out of this relationship and I was single and I felt like free and I was discovering new things, and it really reminded me of like that period of my life, like when I was holding these jeans. And I had a really hard time giving those up. Trunk or treat, October 31st. So anyway, I know that's stupid, but and then I was kind of like, should I hold on to them because they're expensive jeans anyway? And what if they come back in style in like 3 years? And I went, oh, what is going on? What if they come back in style in like 3 years? And then I'm like, I wish I had those True Religions. You know what I mean? Do you ever think that way? Any of my jeans that were a little nicer, that were something that I would maybe wear, I saved. And then what I'm doing is, the back end of my closet is all like my motivation stuff. So it's like that hanging rack of clothes, which is small, and then what's gonna go on top of it, which is gonna be like the jeans and like sweatshirts and stuff. That's stuff that like I wanna keep, that I can move over into the main part of the closet, but that doesn't currently fit. So that's gonna go over there. And then where my t-shirts and stuff are, and then the middle hanging clothes and the 2 racks on top of that, and the racks on top of the other thing. Well, not racks, but you know, shelves. That's where the stuff that I'm like currently can wear is gonna go. And then I have tons of room to buy new shoes, so I can go buy new shoes tonight. And so tonight I was talking to Melissa because I still have all of the bags of the clothes, and the shoes I got rid of already, but she was like, where are you gonna donate it? Because you know Melissa's all about all that kind of stuff. And I said I really hadn't thought about it. There is a Recovery Halfway House here in Indianapolis that I, you know, was gonna maybe donate some stuff to, and Melissa was like, oh, you should donate it because there's like an organization that she works with, and she's like, they always need clothes. And I was like, okay, that's what I'll do. So I'm gonna donate that stuff. And then I don't know what else. Oh, I worked on that tonight. Oh, so then I laid down. I was like, I wasn't going to. Alex fell asleep at some point and turned off the bedroom light. So I came out and he was like all cozy into the sheets and big blanket, puffy blanket with the dogs. And I was like, I think I'm just going to lay down for like a half an hour. And that was at like, it was still early, like 11:30. Oh, it wasn't even that late. I don't know what time it was. We got home at like, well, he was in bed by 10, so not any later than that. So this would have been like 10:30. So I laid down and I fell asleep in my jean shorts and my sweatshirt, which I like never do. And so like I got up like, I woke up like a half an hour later because Boo Radley was like moving a lot in the bed. And so I like took off my sweatshirt and stuff, and then I got back into bed, and then I was of course so comfortable. And so I completely fell asleep. I was like laying there and I was like, you're gonna fall asleep, and you didn't set an alarm, and you're gonna sleep into the morning, and then you're not gonna have your vlog done. And I was like, but I'm so comfortable, I'm so tired. You'll get up, you'll be just fine. And then I woke up and it was like 3 something, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta go vlog. This house right here is so beautiful from the lake. It's so modern. It looks like something you would see in like Beverly Hills Cop, a movie or something like that. I think some football player used to live there. Some Colts player. So yeah, that was my night. We had a good night. We had fun. And I guess we're gonna do the Hannah's Haunted Acres another night. It was a good day. And then Alex was gonna do this walk tomorrow for Alzheimer's, but I guess he's not doing that, he said. I think his friend she had like a conflict and she can't do it now or something. And then, I don't know what else we have planned for the weekend. I don't think much. I don't think he has anything planned. Probably just relax and eat pizza all weekend. And I'm not mad about it. I feel like we have something Sunday. Oh, I keep on forgetting that I have the live stream on Sunday. So the live stream on Sunday. And then I don't know what else. Well, I haven't watched the Shane Dawson episode. I'll probably try to watch it tonight before I go to bed. Although it's like an hour, isn't it? Every other episode, every other season, not season, but like series that he's done, he's released at like 12 Pacific Standard Time, which is 3 Indianapolis time. But now he's releasing them at 3 Pacific Standard Time, which is 6 Eastern Standard Time for me. And so by the time I watch it, if I don't start watching it right at 6 p.m., like let's say if I even watch it like an hour later, that's 7 p.m., so then I watch it, it's 8 p.m., and if I film my reaction, it's 9 or 10. And so, like this time I was like, I thought I would watch it and just like kind of sit on it and really think about it for a little bit of what I thought about the episode. Unlike the other 2 episodes, so I haven't seen a lot on Twitter about it. Like a lot of people are saying this is like the best episode, this is my favorite, blah blah blah, whatever. But I haven't seen tons of stuff about it, so I don't know. I do know that it talks about Jeffree Star's warehouse being robbed, and oh look, that little water fountain is so pretty, and some other stuff, but I don't know. I'm gonna check it out. And I'll make that video tomorrow, and then I have my Peterson's video already done, which I wanted to get back into the realm. The reason why that upsets me that I didn't post it was because the last couple of days I've been like running late getting stuff done that I wanted to get done. I talked about it actually in my Peterson's video today. So I wanted to get back into posting every day on that channel. And then the one video that I forget to post is that video. So if you didn't watch my booktubeathon, or my spookathon TBR, my booktube channel, the books that I am reading for next week, fingers crossed that I get more than 2 of them done, that I even get 1 of them done. I'm starting early, okay? So you would think that I would have enough time to get at least 1 book done. I'm reading The Chain, which looks really, really good. It's about this couple. Well, it just says imagine, so it speaks to you as if like you're the character on the book, on the back of it. But it's about like a couple that gets their child kidnapped, but they have to kidnap another child so that they can get their child back. And if the couple after them, whose child they kidnapped, if they don't kidnap a child, or if the couple after them doesn't kidnap a child, then their child is killed, and they're part of the chain. And my battery is about to die, but I did bring the other battery, I think. I always grab everything as I'm like walking out the door. Doesn't that sound good? So I'm reading that, and then I'm reading Now Entering Adamsville. I swear if I don't have this battery, I'm gonna be really upset, you guys. No, I do, it's right here. I don't know how charged it is, so it may not be that charged. So I gotta pull in somewhere to put this battery in there. And then I'm reading Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell, which is a graphic novel. Hold on a second. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna change the battery and then I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I think I had the camera and the jelly bean bag or whatever it's called. Bean bag, the jelly bean bag. The bean bag, I think I had it backwards in there. I'm gonna throw this stuff away really quick. Okay. What is going on with this bag tonight? I have got to figure out how to use that like GoPro camera that Alex got me. He said he was going to help me with it this weekend. He says it every weekend. I just need to bring it out to the car and practice with it is what I need to do. I think part of the thing is that, like, I'm afraid that when I look at it, I won't know, like, if I'm looking at it or not. But Alex is like, well, if you situate it on your windshield, that it's pointed right at you, like the Kardashians, he was like, then you'll always know exactly where it's pointed, right? Well, if I'm sitting in the chair over here, though, what if it doesn't have, you know? He was like, well, we'll fix it so it'll be, like, exactly like that. And then another weekend goes by, and I'm like, I still haven't put it in my car yet. He was like, oh, well, we'll get to it. So I'm just not great with that kind of stuff. So I'm reading, okay, so let me go through the books that I'm reading for my BookTube Spookathon TBR, which you should still go watch my video. But I'm reading, The Chain. That's the thriller that I'm reading. And then, a book with red on the cover. I am reading Hocus Pocus and the sequel, which I was supposed to read last year as well. So it's like the movie, but it's the book and the sequel. And then, that's by like Disney Books. And then, book set in a spooky setting is Now Entering Adamsville, because that's like a ghost town. I think that's the one I did for that. Yeah, because it's like a ghost town. That's what I said. It takes place in a spooky town in Indiana. And then a book with a scary word in the title. I picked, what do you call it? I just realized as I'm talking about this that I forgot to link Books and Lala's video about Spookathon. I'm gonna have to do that when I get home. I totally forgot. And she even commented on the video, which was sweet of her. Book with a scary word in the title. I'm reading Kill Creek by Scott Thomas, which just takes place on Halloween night and it's supposed to be really, really good. And then a book that's that I typically wouldn't read. I'm reading Pumpkinheads, which is a graphic novel by Rainbow Rowell, who is like one of my all-time favorite authors. And I'm so excited about reading that book. So yeah, I have some really great picks of things to read for Spookathon, and I hope I actually dedicate some time. I was really excited because the last couple days it's been warm enough outside that I could like sit outside and read late at night. And I looked, and it's supposed to be freezing cold all next week outside in the evening. So I'm like, oh great. So I'm gonna get a nightlight out and have it for like the couch off to the kitchen, and then maybe I'll just like sit there and read and stuff. We'll see. I also could go into my office and read. I used to do that sometimes, but because I have like a TV and a VCR in there and a bunch of movies, I always tend to just like put movies on instead. I'm actually thinking about turning part of my office into, because right now I'm just like kind of using it for writing and whatever, and my rent is low in there and I don't want to give it up because it's such a prime spot and I'm like at a fixed rate that I'm afraid if like down the road I want to have like a space to go to, then I'll have to like find something all over again. And it's really super low what I pay, and I have fantastic space. And my landlords are awesome, and they knew my aunt and uncle and my mom, so they're just really great with me. And but I'm thinking about turning like one of the rooms into like a review, like for products, like not like food, but like for products, like a review filming room, and like having certain lights on it so I could film right down on the table, you know, and have a camera like shot right down at the table. And then I'm thinking, so like I could have a camera like in a thing, and then I could show like my hands opening things. Does that make sense? And then I could cut to like those products. And then I'm thinking about and then the other part of this room I would just use as like a studio to film like drama videos and stuff like that. So if stuff like happened like in the middle of the night, I could go over there like if I wasn't tired, and I could film videos and whatever, you know? So I'm kind of thinking about doing that. I've been thinking about doing that for a while, and then I thought that my old ring light was completely busted, but Alex was using it for a picture the other day. The cord was broken, and he used the new cord to this is not where I wanted to turn around. He used the new cord for my new ring light for the old ring light, and I tried to do that, and that wouldn't work. Where am I? Did I already pass where I usually turn around, or am I going past it? My nose is driving me crazy all of a sudden. I don't know what it is. I'm like not to the point where I usually turn around, or I've passed it by or something, because this is weird. Like, I don't know why I think I'm not there yet. This is crazy. I literally come down here all the time. There's like 4 routes that I take when I drive, and this is one of them. If you know Indianapolis, I'm like in Oaklandon right now by Whiskey Business, and then I go through like the what do you call it? I must have passed it completely by you guys and didn't even notice. That is so crazy. I did. I completely passed it by. I was like, all of a sudden, like, why am I all the way down here? I completely passed by where I usually go. Yep. That is weird. All of a sudden, I looked up and I'm like, where am I at? I'm like by this Kroger, and I was into talking. See what happens when I talk about books? I get like so sidetracked that I don't even know what's going on. My whole car smells like coffee now because of this coffee chapstick, which is fantastic. I don't think I maybe need 4 or 5 chapsticks. Do you think I do? In this bag, I don't think that I do. Yeah, so And I went way far down than I usually do. But I have to tell you what's interesting is that there is this hotel over here. Oh, shoot. God, that hasn't happened forever. That hasn't happened. Oh my God. And now my camera, the back of it is, you guys can't see it, but I can from my end. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to tighten it up. Let me pull into this Kohl's parking lot right here. So I'm gonna show you guys this. So for those of you that haven't seen, my screen is upside down right now, by the way. But this is the thing that it fits into, see? So I put it in there, and then this just sits on the dashboard. It's like perfect. I think it's made for your phone, but I wonder why that happened. That's weird. I even have it on this Jeep thing that's like plastic that somebody sent me. Okay. Yeah. Okay, what's weird is that there's this hotel down here, right? And I've always thought it looked really cute to go like stay there. And it's like a Motel 6 or it's like a chain, you know, like, but it's like famous from like the old historic roads. But what's interesting about it is when you drive by it, it's like one of those hotels that's like all on like a road. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like it doesn't look like any hotel that you would ever want to like really stay at, and it kind of looks a little spooky, scary. But apparently it's like this historic hotel. It is packed every single night, you guys. Like every night that I come by here, it's packed. I can't believe it. I can't believe that I drove right by all that stuff and didn't even realize it. That's so crazy. The leaves are changing in Indiana already. I mean, I guess with 30-degree weather, it's 35 right now, but they would. I'm going to tell you what this hotel is in a second because we're about to pass it. It kind of just all of a sudden comes up out of the blue too. It's like in this residential area, it's by houses. And then all of a sudden you just like look up and there it is. Because when I'm coming this way, I pass, well, I don't usually go this far anymore. But when I would back in the day, I would pass it. And I looked it up one night online and because I thought, here it is. I thought, oh, this is gonna be really, really a cool hotel. Here it is, I'm gonna show you guys. It says the route, wait, here it is. Do you see this? Historic Hotel 67, no vacancy. And here it is. Whirlpool Suites, our rooms are unbelievable. Motel 67. I looked up their rooms. The rooms are not unbelievable. But I think that's kind of cool that it's like a historic hotel, don't you know? I'm running low on gas. I mean, not real low, but I need to get gas here probably tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, I all of a sudden was like driving up and I was like, oh my God, here's this family leisure. Like, how did I get here? Like, I must have completely... Now, this is when I realized I had gone too far, okay? Now, I'm gonna show you how crazy, like, far extra I went. And I didn't even... Oh, there's Whiskey Business. I didn't go that far at all. Well, what? It's changed that I didn't realize. That's weird. That's where I always go and turn. Well, why did it look different to me tonight? I don't know. I'm losing my mind. I don't know why it looked different to me tonight. I think because I was looking over there instead of like to the left, and I usually look to the left and then turn in front and go around there. I don't know. I'm losing it. this area is so adorable, and people really, really, like, that house is so decorated for Halloween. Like, every window, the yard, everything. And I love that in this neighborhood, people get really excited. This is like one of the neighborhoods that people get really excited about dressing or decorating for Halloween. And then Irvington is another area. And Irvington is kind of a historic area of Indianapolis. And the houses are like these little adorable houses, but some of them are extremely expensive. And, but they just have so much charm and character to them, and big mature trees. I love that area. I love, love, love that area. And they have a big Halloween parade and festival. We're gonna go to that this year. And, it's just really cool. It's a really cute area. They have a lot of little, like, rare bookstores and all kinds of stuff. So if you're ever in Indianapolis and you want to check out like a little historic area, you should definitely check out Irvington. It's really cute. You can like walk around, and there's like thrift stores and all kinds of stuff. I'm trying to figure out how long I've been vlogging for. I think I've been vlogging for almost, I think like probably 10 minutes short of an hour. Because I do want to listen to this book and head on home. The problem is that when like I was telling Melissa and Jason this tonight, because they're like, do you ever think about vlogging throughout the day? And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is that, you know, I'd like to be, like, I don't always want to be on camera, you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to talk on the phone or listen to an audiobook or just kind of relax, or, you know what I mean? Like, and how fun would it be for you guys to just, like, watch 10 minutes of me just sitting here driving, listening to an audiobook? Like, first of all, I mean, that would be totally copywritten, but do you know what I mean? Like, that's not, oh my God, they have like a Italian lunch buffet right there. An Italian lunch buffet, can you even imagine? But you know, it's like, I could, but at the same time, it's like I'm making 3 to 5 videos a day, and then on top of it, vlogging. Sometimes I like to save that for the evening. It's fun for me to kind of unwind and, you know, talk late at night and stuff like that. And they're like, I know, but then you could get like a really, you know, a regular night's sleep. And I'm like, I know. I mean, really what I need to do is when Alex starts unwinding for the night, because he usually lays in bed for about an hour on his phone, I could go out at that point. I could go vlog and then come home and go to sleep with him, you know? So there is that. I'm going to say this on here because I said it on my review channel today, and I know that a lot of you guys watch both, but you sometimes don't watch everybody on that channel. I'm really trying to pick some cool things to review for the holiday season coming up. So if you have, and people gave me really great suggestions on my review channel video too. So if you have suggestions of things that you'd like to see me review, and I'm not talking about $1,000 like iPhones, like I said that today on that thing. I'm talking about like real, like things that are realistic. But I mean, even if they are a little pricey, if they're things that you actually think that I would purchase, that, you know, you really want to see what I think about it and all that kind of stuff. I'm more than willing to do that for some, you know, some items. So I just want to review some things that you guys want me to review. I have a couple people sending me some products. I'm going to be reviewing, I think I said this last night. I'm going to be reviewing a, what do you call a projector, and then I'm going to be reviewing a security system, or like in-home cameras or whatever. I'm excited about that one. I just like have random people reach out to me and ask me if I'll review their products. And it's funny because then they're always like, could you discuss these talking points? And I'm like, yeah, I have no problem talking about these. The talking points are like the features of the thing. And I'm like, I have no problem talking about the talking points, but this is an honest review. And they're like, okay, we understand that. These aren't sponsored videos. Like, I always disclose if it's a sponsored video. I haven't done a sponsored video. Have I done a sponsored video over there yet? I don't think so. These aren't sponsored videos, but But I do have a couple sponsorships coming up on my Peter Mon channel. And, but I'm always like, I say it like over and over and over again. Okay, just to make you aware, I'm like reiterating, this is an honest review. And they're like, yeah, we're totally fine with that. Can we use your footage for our website and stuff? And I'm like, yes, if you credit it, just that piece. But this is an honest review, because I don't want them to like send it to me and then I don't like it. And then they're pissed because I did an honest review saying that it was crap. So anyway. So that is that, and I don't know what else. Yeah, let me know what things you want me to review for the holiday season, like gifts that you think you might want to buy or anything. I mean, I'm still going to do the food and all that kind of stuff. I enjoy doing it, but I'd also kind of like to get away from all of that, entirely. Or not entirely, but I want to do, like, gadgets and presents and things like that. Like, this was a great one that somebody suggested. They said, I really wanted you to review the David's Tea 31 Days of Halloween calendar. And it's like a calendar, and each day is a different, like tea that you drink for Halloween. I think that's fantastic. Well, I didn't know about it, you know? Like, I would have gone and bought that immediately. I'm thinking about buying it tomorrow and reviewing it for the rest of the season, but now it's kind of late, you know? But I still think that, I love David's Tea, so that's kind of a cool thing to have anyway, you know? And then what were some of the other things that people asked me? I don't know, we'll see. There were some really good ones, so like things I hadn't even thought of, which now I can't think about, or I can't think of, but I like screenshotted them. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. It's weird to think that the next holiday is going to be Christmas. I mean, it's going to be like Halloween is going to be over in like 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? 20 days from today is Halloween. That's crazy, isn't it? 3 weeks about. So in 3 weeks it's Halloween, and then we're going to be focusing on Christmas. I mean, it seems unreal that we're right around the corner from all of that. Anyway, listen, I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to listen to my audiobook for a little bit and then go home and go to sleep. It's already super late. People are up running for the morning. I asked my friend the other day, I said something about, I was telling him about how late I was up, and he goes, I get up every morning at 3:45 and I'm running by 4. I go, you're crazy. He goes, I know, but I am up I go, what time do you go to bed? He goes, between 7 and 8. I said, we literally, I don't even know how we're friends. We don't like, well, how do you eat? We don't even, how do we see each other? Like, and we make it work. So it's crazy. But, I was like, I said, I've been out with you later than 8 o'clock sometimes. He's like, well, yeah, there's exceptions to the rule, but typically during the week, I'm asleep by 7 or 8. And I'm like, oh my God, like that is crazy. Look at the moon over there. Do you see that? Isn't that so pretty? The moon over the lake. Can you see that it's over the lake? All right, you guys. So anyway, I hope you are having an amazing Saturday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Make the most of your day. Do something fun today. I don't know. It's going to be raking leaves season before long. So go in and take a walk outside, or start a new audiobook, or get ready for Spookathon, or binge watch a TV series, go see a movie, go see The Joker. I heard it's incredible. Go out to dinner, get some ice cream, do something fun, and make the most of it. Life is not a dress rehearsal. Like I always say, remind you of that, and remind myself of that too. What has happened with this camera tonight? My Lord. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and validate yourself and say, I love you. You are important. You are valuable. And do your daily affirmations and gratitude list. This camera has it's time. Okay, and do your daily affirmations and your gratitude list on a daily basis, and most importantly, make sure that you let somebody else know how important they are to you. Pass it on to somebody else, and just call them up and say, hey, you know, I just wanted you to know I was thinking of you today, and you mean a lot to me, and you make a difference in my life, and I love you. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Love ya. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing tonight? Well, I did it again. I slept straight through the night. It is currently 6:08 a.m. on Saturday. So this is Friday's vlog. But I feel really rested. So the reason why it's a problem is not so much that I'm getting up at 6 a.m. and filming my vlog, which I'm sure is strange to a lot of people, but it's not strange to me. Actually, I saw my neighbor yesterday, my new neighbor that moved in. She was like, you have kind of crazy hours. And I said, yeah. And she knew that I like make videos for YouTube. And I was explaining to her what I do, and I said, you know, sometimes I like to go to sleep with Alex, and so like I'll go to sleep with Alex, and then I'll wake up and be like, oh my god, I forgot, you know, I still have to go vlog, and so I'll go outside and I'll vlog and whatever. And she was like, that's so much fun that you get to do that. And I was like, yeah, I love it, you know. So anyway, it wouldn't really be a problem today because I would go back home and maybe go back to sleep for a couple hours, although I'm weirdly like awake. And I think the reason is because I literally got 7+ hours of sleep. I slept straight through the night. I mean, I was out. I remember like Alex and he like put his hand across my chest, and we were like talking about today or Saturday, and I turned like, and I was like, good night, babe, love you. And I like turned over and I was out. Like, I don't remember anything after that. And he was on his phone when I told him good night. So it is cold in Indianapolis. It is 30 degrees. Oh, but the reason why, like, it usually wouldn't matter, but today it does, is because today is Carlitos' birthday party, which is at 2 p.m. And I'm meeting Alex there because he has, like, work stuff he has to do today. And then, I got some water before I left. I was so thirsty for water. You know, and of course I want to make videos and stuff, so we've got to figure out a time to do that, because we're apparently going to his birthday party at 2 o'clock. I'm sure that will probably go 2 hours, 3 hours, and then we're supposed to go back over to Carlos and Liliana's for like, to hang out and do like birthday cake or something over there. So it'll end up being this very long deal. Well, I also have my audiobook that I have to listen to. And so my plan had been to really drive around tonight, Saturday night, and listen to like 4 hours of it. That had been my plan, to listen to 4 hours on Saturday night and 4 hours on Friday night, sorry, and 4 hours on Saturday night, and then have the whole thing done. I know there are some people that are like so confused right now, like what day it is and whatever, watching this. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's like Janis Joplin said, it's all the same effing day, man. But you know, like, I was gonna listen to 4 hours on Friday night. I was gonna get my vlog done early, and then, because that's why I laid down at like 10:30 and something like that, and I was gonna lay down from 10:30 to like 11:30, I think is when I set my alarm, and then get up, and I was gonna vlog from like 11:30 to 12:30, and then I was going to listen to my audiobook till like 4:30 in the morning. And then tonight, I was gonna listen to like another 4 hours throughout the day, and then I'd have the book done. Well, now I've screwed myself because it is the day before the live stream. We may have to move the live stream. I just don't know how I'm possibly gonna get this book done in 24 hours. I don't know. I need to talk to Mel about it today. I mean, it's not like it's a huge ordeal. There's only like 30 people that come to the live stream, which is great, you know. I mean, I've never in a million years thought I'd ever have a book club that had that, you know, 30 to 50 people that attend. Here's my coffee lip balm. There's like 2,000 people that are active, like, well, 2,000 people in the book club. And of course, not everybody reads the book every month, but there's quite a few people that read the book that just don't come to the live stream. I would do the live streams on YouTube since I figured that out. But last time we guested a bunch of people. That water tastes so good. But last time we guested a bunch of people. And I want to be able to do that again, and you cannot do that on YouTube Live anymore. Plus, I can kind of like moderate what's going on a little bit easier. The fact that it's smaller, I don't know, keeps it just a little bit nicer. So, because it doesn't go so fast, you know. So that's supposed to be on Sunday at 4 p.m. I'm gonna have to talk to her today and see what we're gonna do. I don't want to go into it just not having finished the book. I like the book. I just don't know that there's any way that I can possibly get it done. That means I have to listen to 9 hours in 24 hours. I just don't know that there's any possible way that I can get that done. So anyway, but I had kind of planned that on Saturday I wasn't sure that I was going to make videos anyway because of Carlitos' birthday party, and I just kind of wanted to be with family and stuff. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just take the day. But on Friday, because I was so busy, I had like all this sobriety stuff to do on Friday. I was like, I had like this commitment in the early evening, and then I was had to meet with a friend of mine in the afternoon. I was like, well, maybe, but I ended up making videos on Friday. So, okay, what did I do? I got up, and like I said, this vlog, did I say this already? This vlog is not going to be super long. It just can't be, you guys, today, because I have too many things. I'm on my way currently, well, I'm in the direction of, whenever I finish vlogging, I'll probably go in there and do it. I'm in the direction of going to get Carlitos' birthday present. Alex already got him something. He got him a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. Apparently when he was at Target. So Alex got off work yesterday and he went over and picked up Sarah, and then they went to Target and he bought Carlitos' birthday present. He was gonna get it from both of us, but I was like, no, I wanna get him something too. So when he was there, he FaceTimed Carlitos and like was showing him stuff, and I was like, well, that makes it real exciting for the kids. So he got him like the Spider-Man stuff. He really wants a remote control car, so I think I'm gonna get him a remote control car is what I'm gonna do. People are up and early at Denny's this morning. So yeah, that's the direction I'm going in. But anyway, what was I gonna say? So this is gonna have to be a short vlog today. I got up on Friday and I'm trying to think of what I did. Oh, like I got up and I took the dogs out, gave PP his medication, and then I had to like leave and get out of the house because I had to go meet up with my friend. And so I went and met up with my friend for coffee. And then I had a bunch of errands to run after that. My day seemed to go so quick because I didn't leave there until like 3, and then I had to be at this recovery commitment thing at 5, and so it was like my day went super fast. I came home in between and I filmed. Did I do it afterwards or before? No, I did it afterwards. After, so like I'm this saying it was like an hour long. It's like an hour and a half long. And then I got home about 6:45, and I filmed a video for my Peter Mon channel, and then I filmed a video for my Peterisms channel, and I wanted to do a review video, but I didn't get to it. And not enough hours in the day. That's how I feel. I was thinking about this yesterday because I announced my book and my Peterisms channel that, so I'm going to start doing this like every month on my Peterisms channel. I'm going to read a book. There's going to be like, it's like kind of like a read-along, not necessarily like a book club, but like a read-along, self-help or motivational book. And so for November, I'm reading The Four Agreements, and by Don Miguel Ruiz. I've never read it before. I heard it was fantastic. And but I was thinking about like how in my life I've had people like criticize me and be like, you're always starting things, you're always like new ideas, and you sometimes like don't like your ideas never, come to fruition, but a lot of times they do, A lot of my ideas that I've started, like a book club or like a vlog or whatever, have taken on a life of their own, or YouTube. When I started doing YouTube on BookTube, that was like when I was committed to like posting regularly. I never thought, and I never in a million years thought that it would turn into this, where it literally became my life. I just really had no idea. And that was just 3.5 years ago. So it's crazy how, much your life can change in such a short amount of time. I posted this picture yesterday on my Instagram, and I was like, can't wait to be back. It was like from Miami, and I was like, can't wait to be back in Miami, or be back in Miami next week or something. Will be our second home, hopefully very soon or something. Oh my God, I got so many people from like my personal life that called me and was like, are you moving? Did you not tell us something? Blah, 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 whatever. Like Melissa texted me and she was like, are you moving to Miami? What's going on? I was like, Melissa, we were just at your house last night. Don't you think we would have told you? And, but we have kind of been on the down low looking at houses, and it's been very exciting. We have some areas picked. And we kind of did anyway, that we, like, areas that we were looking at. I would love to be right in South Beach, but that's just not realistic. It's just too expensive. And as much as I like that Brickell area, which is one of the areas that we looked at, I just don't know that we can afford that. Like, I just think, I just don't want to be house poor. For a second home, that we're not going to be in all the time. And it's not really in an area that you could Airbnb it. You could, but I don't know that. I don't know. And that's not really what I want to do with a place anyway. Like, if I have my own second place, like, I want to have my own second place that I can go to whenever I want. But, so anyway, yeah, I don't think I really want to say a whole lot more about that right now. But we are seriously starting to look at some places. The other thing is that we would never move completely from Indianapolis. We would go back and forth. PB had a great day today. He was weird. I don't know if maybe it's the weather and now he's used to it or what, but he woke up today, and what is this sandwich called? It says, is it called a Pilgrim? It's like all turkey. The Pilgrim, it is. And it's like, oh, a Thanksgiving feast in every bite, and it's cranberry sauce and turkey and at the Get Go gas station. They should sponsor my channel, The Get Go, for me sending people to go eat their Thanksgiving feast sandwich. See, that's like something that sounds good if I wasn't a vegetarian. But like turkey almost sounds worse to me though than a cheeseburger, in all honesty. PB did great today. I think he coughed like once the entire day, and he was super active, and he was running around in the backyard. I don't know if maybe he's just, now it's 34 degrees, that's so weird. Maybe he is just used to the weather. I think what happened was the night before I had felt bad for him because he just seemed so hungry, and he doesn't like that food. So I gave him like a huge plate of Boo and Tucker's food, and he literally ate it down in like 2 seconds. And I think it just made him sick. I think like he was like, his little stomach couldn't handle it, and I thought I was doing something right, you know. He just hates that food that he eats. Like, he hates it. Like, tonight we put it down, and he wouldn't eat it. And you know what was so funny was, I stood in the kitchen finally, and I was like, PB, I was like, that food is perfectly fine. You need to eat your food, PB. And he looked up at me, and then he started eating the food. When I stood right there, he ate it. Like, ate it. And, like, not like just nibbled around it, but like he ate it. But then he did that for like 5 minutes, and then he looked up at me and he like walked away. And like half the plate was left. I was like, damn it, baby. You know, and our vet had always said, she said, I would rather have a lean dog with heart disease than a heavy dog with heart disease. So, you know, she's always happy with his weight, but I don't want him to get thin. Like, I don't want him, you know. And PP's never been heavy, and he's never been super thin. So, but he's doing much better today. He was running around the backyard and chasing his brothers, and then I had to, like, he's so funny. At one point, like, Boo and Tucker came inside, and I was like, PB. I was like, come on, PB, let's go inside. Let's have treats. And he just, like, looked at me. And so I, like, walked inside, and I was, like, doing some other stuff, and I came back out there, because, like, he just walked around the backyard, and I go, PB, I go, come on, we gotta have treats, let's go. And he just, like, stopped and looked at me, and then he kept on, like, sniffing the grass. So I let him keep on walking around. I went back out there like 3 or 4 minutes later. And I go, PB, I go, you better come on. And he just stopped and looked at me, and I go, okay, I guess no treats then. And he came like running inside. It was so funny. It's so weird, you know, like Alex said to me yesterday, he said, I'm starting to worry that maybe PP is starting to wind down. You know, that they, because like a lot of what we've read, I need to stay off those articles, but like, my vet always tells me that. She's like, every situation is completely different. Do not read articles about that stuff. But, you know, they'll say, oh, dogs with heart disease start to wind down, and they get real lethargic at the end, and they lose their appetite. You know, it's like, so I pick, you know, and choose symptoms that PP has and put them all together and basically say, well, it's over, you know. And then I get real worried and real stressed out. And so Alex was like, yesterday, he was like, because PP just didn't seem himself at all. And he was like, I think maybe he's starting to wind down. And Alex got real upset. And I was like, oh, I'm not ready for this. You know, I'm just not. I'm not ready for my life to change that drastically, I guess. And, I mean, we don't have any control, you know, over when pets go. I get so many, you know, comments in the comment sections from you guys. It just breaks my heart for you when you're like, oh, my, you know, I lost my dog today, or, and I always feel so horrible for you guys, you know. And I mean, I know it's a part of of life, you know, but so anyway, I was worried I was going to wake up and he was going to be 10 times worse than he had been on Thursday, but that wasn't the case. So he was 100% better, and I was very happy about it. And he's doing good this morning, because right before I left, I took them out, and he just leaped off the bed to go outside, and I took him outside, and then I gave him his morning medicine stuff. So anyway, I was singing that Donna song for Alex. I was like, oh, Donna. He was like, I was like, do you know that song? He was like, no. And I'd actually downloaded it like a couple weeks ago, and so I have it like on my iPad, or what do you call it when it's in your phone? Just your iTunes? Is that what you call it? Just your iTunes? I was like, here, I'm gonna play it for you. He was not impressed, and I was standing up and I was like swaying it, and I was using it as like a microphone, and I had a girl and I was her name. But my favorite part of this song, what's my favorite part? Well, it's not till the very end. I didn't realize it till I was listening to the song. It's like the last 30 seconds. So then I was like, do you know Richie Valens? And he was like, didn't he die in a plane? And I go, is that all you know about Richie Valens? And he goes, well, what do you know? And I go, didn't you see the movie? And he goes, what movie? And then I couldn't remember what the movie was called, you guys, and I had to like look it up. And I couldn't remember it, and I looked up Richie Valens movies. Well, apparently, to my idiocy, Richie Valens was like in a ton of movies, like in the 50s or 60s or whatever, you know, like Elvis was. And so it pulled up all those movies, and I was like, what was that? And then all of a sudden it pulled up Lou Diamond Phillips' picture, and I was like, yes, Lou Diamond Phillips, that's who it is. And it was La Bamba, and I had totally forgot that it was da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, la-la-la-la-la-la Bamba. So I said to Alex, this is truly what it is like living with me, just so you know. So for you 14 haters that dislike my video every day, this is what it would be like for you all the time. But anyway, I was like, do you know that movie? And he was like, what movie? And I was like, la 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 Bamba. I know I missed or added a few laws in there. But anyway, I hope I got one of my haters to at least smile just a little bit, because y'all are so bitter. But anyway, better! He said, of course I know that movie. I go, well, you don't know Donna. He goes, well, who's Donna? And I go, Donna was his girlfriend in the movie. He goes, he died in a plane accident. I go, I know he died in a plane accident, Alex, but he had a girlfriend, her name was Donna, and he wrote a song for her. Was she his wife or something? I can see her in the movie. Whatever happened to Lou Diamond Phillips? So Alex and I tonight, I got done with my videos. He came home. I did not start my diet today. I'm sure it's a real surprise to people, and I'm real let down over it. But anyway, I was like, well, maybe Monday. Anyway, maybe Monday in June. I mean, it's just a joke, isn't it? So anyway, I got food, not healthy food either. I got Burger King. And so anyway, and sat there and ate, and he had all this chili, and we watched both episodes, the last 2 episodes of American Horror Story that we hadn't watched. It's so still on I was at the end and didn't even know it. It's so still on the lake this morning. But we watched both episodes of American Horror Story that we hadn't seen, and yeah, it was good. I might have gotten Burger King and a Crunchwrap Supreme. A black bean Crunchwrap Supreme. And my husband might have had several bowls of chili and 2 cookies from Melissa's. Look, it was Friday night. Anyway, So, yeah, so we watched American Horror Story. I'm trying to think what the episodes were. They were good. It just doesn't seem very cohesive to me this season. I'll have to say, this is one of the seasons, American Horror Story. It's called 1984 if you're not watching it. And it's basically like modeled after like 80s horror movie, of which you know I love. And like I was really excited about it when it started, and I'm not excited about it now. Like it's okay. Like I enjoy watching it, and I enjoy it. I enjoy having a show together that Alex and I watch. He really doesn't like the season, and but I'm just not that excited about it. I just don't think it's that good. I find myself talking about other stuff. Like we were sitting there, we both love Billie Lourdes, I think is her name. And so he was like, he said something about her tonight. And I said, I love her. I said, she's fantastic. She was in Scream Queens too. And he was like, she just came out of nowhere. And I said, she's one of the richest women in Hollywood. And he goes, what? And I go, she's one of the richest women in Hollywood. And he said, we have this argument every time, he forgets who she is. And he goes, from doing Scream Queens in this show, no she's not. And I go, her mother was Carrie Fisher, and her grandma was Debbie Reynolds. I don't know why I can always never remember it's Debbie Reynolds. And I said I think she and her brother split the inheritance or something like that. Or she and Carrie Fisher's brother split the inheritance or something like that. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah. I go, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia from Star Wars. He's like, I know. He was so cute tonight. Alex had all the dogs around him. But then because all the dogs, Boo and Tucker were like right together. It was so cute. But because so he sits down and then he puts the blanket over his lap. And then the dogs like all sit on the blanket around him. But then he thinks that is a reason to have me go get him things. So he was like, I have some sprees in there. But he said they were sweet tarts. He was like, I have some sweet tarts in there. Can you get those for me? And I went in there. And I was like, you mean sprees? He was like, yeah, sprees. Can you get me my sprees? I was like, yeah, sure. Then he was like, can you give me another blanket? Like, is there anything else you want me to do? Because you can't get up. He's like, I have the dogs. He kept on going, I have the dogs. Oh, man. I met a girl. Oh, that's my favorite part where it goes, oh, Jana. But that's at the very end, in case you want to know. It's like literally in the last 30 seconds. We went to a friend's house the other night that's like up the street, and we came from the other way, like down here, coming this way, and I never go down there. Like, I always turn around in this church, which is like out in the middle of nowhere anyway. If you live in Indianapolis, I'm in Oak Landon right now, which I have no reason to drive to Oak Landon, right? It's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So, but it's like the backside of Geist, which is where I grew up. So if you go down here, there's like a gas station and like strip malls and stuff like that. So we came from that direction and we were going over here, and Alex goes, said something about where, he goes, oh, I know where we are now. He was like, you know, me and so-and-so used to go to lunch over here all the time because Alex used to do a bunch of work stuff over here. And I was like, oh yeah. And all of a sudden we passed this church and I was like, that's that church that I turn around in all the time. It's at 800. The street is 800. Like 800 North or something. I can't see what it says. 800 Northwest or something. And I thought it said Boo on it. I was like, oh my God, it's Boo Street. That's so hilarious. And all of the corn is gone out here. Whenever I tell Alex that, like, I'll be like, oh yeah, I vlog out here. And he'll be like, you vlog out here? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you come out all the way out here and vlog. And I'm like, yeah, where do you think I vlog? Around our neighborhood, like 200 times or something? I just got the biggest craving for a Dr. Pepper. I don't even know why. Doesn't that sound so good though right now, Dr. Pepper? You're probably like, no. Why would you just randomly think of that? Because I do. It sounds delicious to me. I want to get a bunch of Christmas candles and Christmas stuff. I don't know when I want to put up the Christmas decorations this year. Well, really, it's just my little tree. But I might buy some other things this year and put it up too. But I don't want the house to be too cluttered. Although the other day I said to Alex, did he bring it up or did I bring it up? Because we were talking about getting new sheets. I love that comforter. I love so much. We might need to get like another one in a different color or something, so that when we clean them, we can just put the new one on. But he said, I was thinking about getting some new sheets, and I said, do you want to get another pair of sheets? Because I really liked that brand of jersey sheets I got. And that's what I meant. And he was like, yeah, do you want to get flannel? And I go, flannel? And he was like, I haven't had flannel sheets in forever, but I like flannel looking sheets that are jersey, you know? And he was like, yeah, you know, and because I had said to him, I said to him like a month or two ago, like, could we get some flannel sheets? So I like how they look, and I think they're cute and masculine and stuff. And he was like, yeah, he was like, we can get some flannel sheets. And then the other day he like mentioned it. He was like, are we going to get the flannel sheets? And I was like, well, we can. I can't believe that, like, I don't know what just made me think of this, that like every day of my dad's life, like he's been up for like 2 hours already. Like I know if I went to my dad's house right now, like he would have like read the newspaper, have like his first 2 cups of coffee for the day, and be like completely showered and dressed for the day, even on a Saturday. My dad was never like the type that, like, when he went into work, my dad is a super sharp dresser, and when I was a kid, he went to Chicago and he got his suits from this store called Mark Shale in Chicago, and my dad always wore the coolest suits. Like in the winter, I just remember he had the most beautiful suits, and they were like, you know, all these tweeds, and you know, and then he would have just really pretty ties, and he always just looked like a college professor, you know, at Yale or something like that. And he wears little round rim glasses and stuff. And so anyway, my dad, my dad loves clothes, and but like those kind of clothes, you know, he's just a sharp dresser. But you know how like some people, like I can remember like when I was talking to Caroline, my cousin Caroline, about her dad, my Uncle Dave, and she would say, you know, Dad every day, no matter what, gets up and he puts on like khakis and like a button-down collared shirt, you know? Well, that is not my dad. That is not my dad. My dad is very much, like he gets up every day and takes a shower. He like gets up, reads the paper. My dad reads like every day, like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, every single day. And drinks his coffee, and then probably reads some other book. My dad's always reading some obscure book about something that you would never, he goes to the bookstore and he buys like, he only reads nonfiction, and he buys like, you know, 5 or 10 books on topics that you have never heard of before, about things. He just reads everything random. So when we go and see him, he's always telling us about, you know, something completely random about like, this religious organization, you know, in this island that nobody's ever heard of. Not religious organization, but religious group or whatever, you know, or it'll be about a certain way to like, you know, make tea, or some animal that's extinct or something. He's always reading about all these like just really random things. But anyway, but like on the weekends, my dad would get up, you know, and he would showered and ready, but he would always just like in the summer, you know, put on like shorts and a t-shirt. My dad always, so this idea of me collecting t-shirts wherever I go, my dad did it. And it wasn't so much like a thing that he collected. I wouldn't say that he collected them. He just always bought t-shirts wherever he went. So like, you know, my entire childhood was filled with my dad. My dad has worn Patagonia since I can remember. And he always would wear these like grayish or khaki Patagonia shorts that were kind of like mid-thigh, but they were like sailor shorts, because, you know, my dad always was on a boat, and because he had his own sailboat, and then he just was always on sailboats. He did like a lot of like medical missionary work on sailboats and stuff like that. So then he would have a t-shirt on top of it that would say like Honduras or, you know, St. Thomas or something. You know, he had all these t-shirts, mostly from like the Caribbean, that he would wear. And that he would get grabbed in the airport or whatever, or some bar that, you know, like restaurant, like in these places. My dad was like such a cool guy. He, and you know, he was single for a long time too, and he really enjoyed, I think, being single. And I mean, he enjoys being with my stepmom, but I think the time that he was single, he enjoyed it, because every winter, it would scare my mom to death. This was after they were separated, but he would go to Banff, Alberta, Canada. I think that's correct. And he would hike in the Canadian Rockies by himself. I have several t-shirts from when I was a kid that said Banff on them, and he did too. But he would hike there when he was a kid, or when I was a kid, by himself. He would go up there for like 2 or 3 weeks. He actually dated this girl for a while that he met up there, and she was from Australia. She was from New Zealand, and she was like one of the editors on the movie The Man from Snowy River. But anyway, she was like a world traveler. That was before like people just had like a backpack and traveled, I remember. He was so excited. She came to like visit. She stayed for like an extended period of time, and we like watched that movie, which I don't think I ever really understood. But anyway, and at the very end, her name was in the credits. But my dad, that was when he did a lot of traveling like that. That's when he did like a lot of the medical work, like in Honduras and places like that. My mom would be like, I can't believe that he's taking all these risks. That was when he went to the US Open. So, okay. My dad, so I come from a big tennis family. Like, my family loves tennis. So my dad went to the US Open one year, but he wanted to get like courtside. So he made up these, he bought a huge, my dad loves cameras, he always has. And so he had just bought this brand new Nikon camera, I think it was. And he had this like huge, what do you call it? Like neck thing. It was like this big, you know? And it was like one of these, it was like, this is in the 70s. This was like 78, right? And it was like, it looked like a camera strap, but that was like woven, like hippie woven, you know what I mean? It was very artsy and colorful. And he like grew a beard out so that he looked like just some like random photographer that was like, you know, and then he had these like jean cutoff shorts on, and like he has pictures of himself at his house, like, okay, and like these huge tube socks pulled up, and then he had on like just some t-shirt that said like St. Thomas or something on it, and he went with this huge camera, and he literally, I mean, this is back in the day, like today you couldn't do it probably, you know, but he made this like I can't, like Sports Illustrated or something like that. He made a press pass and laminated it. He laminated it and everything, and he went there and got courtside, and literally got pictures of these guys courtside, and at the US Open in New York City, and has pictures of him, like, you know, down on one, like, you know, knee like this, like taking pictures and stuff that people took of him. That's so funny that my dad did that. My dad is somebody that is, like, totally unafraid. Like, he is, unafraid and really, and we talk a lot about this word unbothered. Like, he is really unbothered. Like, it's funny how it has changed for him, though, over time. Like, when I was younger, you know, like, he would get really... incensed is not really the word, but, like, you know, if you told him something, he would get kind of heated about it. Not really heated, but like, okay, this isn't okay, and blah, blah, blah. He just isn't like that today. Like, if you tell him something, you know, he's just like, he just kind of laughs, you know, he's like, okay, you know, like, he just doesn't give things any time or energy that he doesn't care about. If that makes sense. Like, he loves his dog, he loves my stepmom, he loves me, he loves Alex, he loves the house, he loves being on the water, he loves his work. Other than that, he loves to read, he loves to travel. Other than that, he doesn't pay it a whole lot of attention. He just doesn't, you know? My jaw is hurting, I don't know why. Boo Radley is always the last dog to wake up, usually. Well, Pee-Pee has been the last couple days, but Boo Radley usually is. And Tucker's always the first one to wake up. But tonight, Boo Radley, I had to wake him up to take them outside. And Boo Radley was crying while he was dreaming. He was, like, you know, running in his sleep. And he was like, Well, it was so cute. What do you think dogs dream of? You think they just dream of, like, running outside or chasing birds or eating snacks? Or when you think about the fact that, like, our dogs or cats or pets or whatever, they know us, and they kind of recognize probably some people on the street or friends that, or family that we have that come by, and that's the limitation of their world, you know? Although, like, as much as dogs seem to understand, I really think they understand a lot more than we give them credit for. I also think that dogs watch TV. I don't think they understand it, but I think they actually can see images. Like, I was reading something, and it said a long time ago, and it said that dogs can't see, like, the images that are on a TV. And then I read something recently. Is that a new strip mall? What is that? What is that? Oh, I've got to go see what this is. Is this a Tide Cleaners drive-thru? What is that? I want to go there. I might have to try that for my review channel. But, then I read something recently, and it said that dogs do know what is, this is like a brand new thing. It's kind of back here, kind of hard to get to, though. That they do know, like, when they're watching TV, what they're seeing. Which is funny, because, like, our dogs watch TV. Boo Radley has no clue what's on that TV. But Pee-Pee kind of watches it, and he kind of goes like this and watches it, you know? Tide Cleaners. I don't get it. Drive-through entrance. Do you think it's like you drop your clothes off? It's gotta be. I'm gonna look it up, because I wanna know. I wanna know if she really loves me. Oh my God, they're everywhere. Dry cleaning and laundry. Wash and fold. Tide Cleaners planning to open 5 indie area franchises. Why can't I get to the article? I don't want to leave a comment. It says you must be logged in to leave a comment. I don't care to be I don't care. I just want to read the article. What's the problem? Tide Cleaners provides personalized washing, folding, dry cleaning, and alterations. The future of laundry care, brought to you by America's #1 trusted brand. What are people going back to all of that? Like, oh, there's a little dog park in there. How cute is that by that apartment complex? But I will tell you what's funny is, it seems like it was so long ago that we didn't have a washer and dryer. Do you remember that period of time that we didn't have a washer and dryer? And we had to go to the laundromat, which I quite frankly loved going to the laundromat. Nowadays, it seems like, well, I don't right now, because our washer and dryer is so fast that, like, I put a load of wash in, and then I get it done, and then that's it. But it seems like I do a load of wash, like, every single day. I do something. Whether it's towels and linens. Actually, I need to do towels. We have so many towels, though. We don't have so many towels to clean. We have so many towels, period. So, like, we clean them, and then we put them, you know, away. And then we have more towels that we bring out, because we always buy towels. It seems like whenever there's like a sale, like on nice towels, like, well, Alex is good about that, about buying towels. I usually buy like the bedding, and he buys towels. So yeah. But I used to, like, always, like, once we got the washer and dryer, I would always have something in the washer or the dryer, and, you know, be like running it. I don't so much. I wonder if that place is open, that Rise place. It's interesting to me that a lot of these, like, brunch places are not open at 5 till 7 on Saturday morning. I'm really kind of surprised by that. I think Patachou's open by now. It's at the end and I didn't know it. I said this was going to be short, and look, it ended up being long. I'm awake now. I don't think that I'm going to be able to go back to bed, which is fine, because then I can just make my videos for the day that I want to make and stuff. But, part of the problem is I don't know what I'm going to make my videos about just yet. Well, I could drive around and listen to my audiobook. God knows I need to do that, so. What is with all this crazy construction? Anyway, I think I'm gonna get off here now and just make this a little bit shorter, and I'll try to vlog longer tomorrow, you guys. Oh my God, this huge detour. What does it say? I'm gonna go this way, because I don't know how to go that way around. But anyway, I'm gonna get off here now, and listen to, I guess, my audiobook. I wanna get a Dr. Pepper. And I've gotta go, oh, I've gotta buy Carlitos' birthday present. I still have to go do that. So anyway, I'm gonna go to the Meijer and do that. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, do not have other plans. Enjoy your day, make the most of it. Do something today. Are you kidding me? This road is closed too. I feel like I'm stuck in a Twilight Zone. Anyway, do something today, road closed to through traffic. Do something today that that you're gonna look back on and be proud of, or happy that you did. You're exchanging a day of your life for it. Life It's not a dress rehearsal. And make sure that you look in yourself in the mirror. Back up. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Make sure that you look at yourself in the mirror every single day and you say to yourself, I love you, you are valuable, you are important. Important. And you allow yourself to know your own self-value and your own self-worth. You gotta start telling ourselves that on a daily basis. And most importantly, make sure that you pass it on to somebody else and let them know that they are important to you. Live your life with compassion, love, and kindness. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!